Happy New Year. I'm about to head out, but I said, you know what? Let me come on here and talk to y'all. I always get comments that I don't post enough videos. And the reason why I don't post content all the time is because I'm not one of those channels that just to get the money or the views or the subs, they just put out crap content. Hello, Kitty. Um, I don't want to put out crap content, so that's the reason why. And I also am an empath, so whenever there's things going on in my life and I take on so much energy, that is the reason why I need to conserve my energy, and I don't want to give y'all. Hi, Enya. I don't want to give out crap content. Okay, but bear with me. Click like when you come in and chat. I'm not gonna be on that long. I just wanted to come on and tell y'all this interesting story. This interesting story um, that just happened to me over New Year's Eve weekend, pretty much. And the title is Narcissism Can Be Hidden for Years. And that I'm talking about that because I just not discovered, hey Barbara, I just discovered, not discovered, but just realized somebody in my life, hi Brandy, that is a narcissist. I know that her mother is a narcissist, but for a while I thought maybe she was an empath because I was raised by a narcissist and I didn't turn out to be a narcissist, okay? So this person hid their narcissism very well, and you have to understand that a lot of times you're not going to realize that person is a narcissist because you're feeding into their bullshit. You're feeding into their mask. So you're on their good side. So they're not going to treat you the way they treat others. They're not going to abuse you on the level as they're doing other people, especially if you are their high supply. And hi, Slim, especially if you are their high supply, you can kind of not see the narcissistic tendencies basically. And this has happened to me a few times in my life where I was friends with these narcissists and I didn't see it. One, yes, you can be blind to it because of how well you get along with them, because of how well they hide it. Okay, keep in mind, I there was times where I was friends with narcissists and other people were like, they're doing this to me, they're doing that to me. So see, you sometimes you could be on the other side as a flying monkey in a sense, not realizing where you're like, no, I don't think he or she's like that because we're cool. But you have to understand, if people start coming to you telling you that the narcissist is abusing them or talking about them or mistreating them, trust and believe that one day you're gonna have the same experience with them. Okay, and I told a story. I think I took the video down, but I told a story about a covert narcissist I was friends with for years. This was like about 2 years ago or a year ago. This happened, and it took her years. It took her since we were kids to really, I guess you can say, turn on me, to show me her narcissism. Because why? I fed into her mask. I did not see how narcissistic she was because she was doing all her other friends dirty, but she wasn't doing me dirty because I was her high supply. So yes, it is possible to be around narcissists for years and you don't see their masks fall off. It's very, very, very possible. It's also possible when you don't spend enough time with them. You don't live with them. You don't work with them. This may be a friend or associate that you only see when you're around certain circles or whatever the case is, right? So, guys, I have to cut off. Well, I'm cutting her off basically, and we're like family. But yes, hello Astro Sean. Like, subscribe. If you want to make a donation, you can do so. Um, let me see something. I'll put the information in later, but if you want to donate to me or you want to book a conversation with me, um, my Cash App is the light 777. My Zelle and PayPal is Neo Angie 3000 at yahoo.com. Okay. And I'll put that information in later because I'm on my cell phone. I'm not on my laptop. All right, let me get right into the story because I gotta go shopping, guys. Okay, so all right, so this individual, I don't care if she ever finds this video. I don't give a fuck. It's to that limit. I don't care. I'm done. So anyway, this is my god sister, right? This is my god sister. Our mothers were best friends. I think I've spoke of her before on my channel, but not in a negative tone. Um, but anyway, she also was my mother's goddaughter. Okay, so my mother passed away 14 years ago, and my mother passed on New Year's Eve. Right, so everyone knows how important New Year's Eve is to me. Okay, everyone knows that, and keep in mind, narcissists will use that. They will use significant days, moments to fuck with you even more, to toy with your emotions, okay? Hey, how you doing? Indigo, yeah, you finally. I love you too. I didn't see you the other night on Rabina's live. I was all up in there. Thank you. I don't got no concealer on, so I had to put my little hater blockers on. But anyway, so this girl, this this god sister of mine who was a covert narc, um, I said to her, I was just like, oh, you know what? It's coming up on 14 years, and I really want to celebrate your godmother. And I want to, let's hang out. Let's spend New Year's Eve together. And recently, she just had a breakup. She caught her boyfriend of 6 years cheating on her. So yeah, the narcs get cheated on too, guys. The narcs get played too. And yeah, so she caught her man cheating or whatever the case is. She kicked him out her house. And so she was feeling kind of down. I'm feeling kind of down about my mom. Oh, okay, 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 got you. Okay. So I was feeling bad about my mom. So like, you know what? Let's hang out together. And not like in a pity party way, but just like, to uplift each other. I was like, you know what? I'll come. She lives in Houston. So I'm like, you know what? I'll fly to Houston. We'll have a spa day. We'll go shopping. Like, we'll do things to uplift our spirit. That's the kind of person I am. That's how the empaths are. That's how we are, right, guys? We want to keep it positive. We had enough negativity in our life. We're not trying to stick around, hang around talking about, oh, this nigga ain't shit, or this man ain't shit, or this woman ain't shit. That's not our energy. We want to grow. We want to build, right? We want to stay positive. So, something in my spirit said, don't stay at her house, right? Something in my spirit said, don't stay at her house. For you guys who know, I'm very spiritual, so I believe like in God, I believe in angels, I believe in ancestors, all of that. So I'm very, very in tune, right? So something said, don't stay at her house, book a hotel. So I booked my flight, I booked my hotel, and I fly to Houston, guys, on December 30th, right? So usually when I go to Houston, she picks me up from the airport. But because I landed so early, she couldn't. And usually if she can't pick me up, she would send someone to pick me up. But this time she was just like, oh, I can't pick you up. I'm at work. I can't find no one to pick you up. So I was like, all right, whatever. I'll just, take an Uber. I'll hang out with myself until you get off of work at 5. I landed in Houston maybe like 11 a.m. So it wasn't too early. So I went and did my thing, guys. I went to dinner. I went to lunch by myself. I went and got like, I had a full day. Like, I be kicking it by myself, and that's something that you all have to learn how to do. So I spent the day by myself. So now I'm at the tattoo shop. It's approaching 5 o'clock. My tattoo just finished. And oh, keep in mind, my tattoo, guys, I had a matching tattoo with a narcissistic best friend. Remember the narcissistic best friend I told you about? I had this Scorpio tattoo on me for 8 years, guys, and I finally covered it up. I had allergic reaction to the ink, so it's still healing, so I'm not going to show you guys yet until it fully heals. But that was like another symbolic thing that I did of letting go completely of this narcissist that was in my life before. So I finally covered up that narcissist tattoo that I had on my shoulder. So I'm proud of myself about that. Anyway, so I'm at the tattoo shop, and this is like when the bullshit start. You know how you like, okay, there's some bullshit going on. This is when the narcissistic bullshit started coming out with her. So I'm at the tattoo shop and I hit her up, and it's pouring cats and dogs out in Houston. So I text her and I'm like, hey, it's 5 o'clock. You said you were getting off of work. Are you coming to pick me up from the tattoo shop? So, like we can hang out, we can go to dinner, drinks, whatever. She's like, no, I forgot to tell you, I have a test to take at 6. So I'm like, well, what time did the test end? She's like, I don't know. So I'm like, what do you mean you don't know? Like, I'm coming into town for us to hang out. You said that you get off at 5 o'clock. You said that you're getting off for work tomorrow at noon. Like, what's going on? Like, I came into Houston for us to spend New Year's Eve together. So she's like, no. I just have to take a test, and when my test is done, I'll come get you. Guys, by the time I would say, I ended up going to take an Uber from the tattoo shop to my hotel. I spent the whole day about $100 on Ubers. Okay, all because she basically miscommunicated or led me on to believe that she would be with me the remaining of the day. Okay, and this is what narcs do. There's always some bullshit with them. There's no clear communication with them. You get to them and it's like, I didn't say that. I didn't do this. I didn't promise that. It's always some fucking loophole with them, right? It's never what they said it was going to be. All right. But I said, you know what? Thank God I had the money, because if not, I would have been sitting at that damn tattoo shop until 9 o'clock. So she shows up at my hotel at 9 o'clock, guys. She shows up at my hotel, 9 o'clock. We get to dinner and drinks. While we're there, hi, Shelly Ann, Happy New Year. While we're there, um, at the restaurant, she's on her cell phone. Keep in mind, narcs love to do this, right? So I'm just in my head like, what the fuck is going on with her? And it's so weird because a lot of times we'll be around people for so long, but we don't see, like, we just do not see the truth about them. It's almost like something was just ripped off, okay? Like, my glasses wasn't on that day, right? So she's on her phone the entire time we're at dinner. And I'm looking at her, and, like, keep in mind, I haven't seen her in about a year. If you haven't seen me in about a year, you wouldn't be acting flaky. You wouldn't be on your cell phone. And I'm peeping all this, whatever. We finish dinner. She drops me off back to my hotel. And the next day, she says to me that she's going to get off at noon. The next day is December 31st. That is the day that my mom passed away. And I'm into, like, ancestral things. Like, so I wanted to do, like, a ancestral like, ceremony where I got my mother's favorite drink, where I wanted to get red roses because that was her favorite flower, where I wanted to get purple balloons because that was her favorite color. So I wanted to, like, do like a little ceremony in remembrance of my mother, right? Which is her godmother. The day is just going by. I'm talking about 10 a.m. passes, 11 a.m., 12, 1, 2, 3, 4 p.m. And I'm like, wait a minute. I thought she said she was going to get off around 11 or 12. And I wanted to do this ceremony in the daylight. I didn't want to do it in midnight, okay? And I don't know witchcraft shit. You know what I'm saying? So she doesn't get off of work until 6 o'clock, guys. By 6 o'clock, it's dark outside. how can I do this ceremony? So at this point, I'm like, you know how like you just ready to punch someone in their face? I was to that point with this narc. I was to the point where I wanted to slap the shit out of her. Excuse my language. This story is still fresh, so I'm gonna be cursing, okay? So by the time she gets to me, I'm like, she's like, oh, let's go get the balloons and stuff. I'm like, it is pitch black. Keep in mind, pitch black in the South and pitch black in New York City is two different things because we have so many buildings, we have lights. It's a different type of night. But when you are deep in the South, it's pitch black, okay? Pitch black. And I'm like, I'm not about to do this ceremony and disrespect my mother's memory. She's like, are you sure we can just get some balloons and throw it up in the air? I looked at this narc like, are you fucking serious? Like, you really, really trying to disrespect my mother's memory? I was ready to slap her. Anyway, so because it was raining, that's another thing, guys. It was raining. So black you could see the stars from exactly. So you know what I'm talking about. It's like pitch black. Anyway, so and it's like roads and stuff. This is not like downtown Houston. Like she was like in the cut. So I'm beyond pissed off, but I'm like, you know what? Don't let her ruin your, don't let her ruin this day for you. Still remember your mom, whatever the case is, right? So as the time is going by, I'm like, okay, well, at least let's go to dinner, for New Year's Eve. She goes, how about I just drop you off to the restaurant? Guys, I looked at her. I was like, yeah, I really, I'm like done with this bitch. I'm really done with her. She said, how about I drop you off to the restaurant so you can go eat? Because I have errands to run. I just got off of work. I have things to do. Guys, the whole purpose of me taking this trip was that we spend time together, that we celebrate my mother's life, right? So she ends up going to the restaurant, but when we get to the restaurant, she's like, oh, I'm not hungry. She just orders like one drink and some soup. She doesn't really eat dinner. She's not engaging in conversation, like on some narc shit, right? She's in her cell phone. Then when she does talk, she's all about negativity. It's nothing positive. And I'm just like drinking, trying to get tipsy so I can like tune her out pretty much. So after that, we go run errands and we end up going to like a house gathering because it was pouring. We couldn't go to like a lounge or a club or whatever. So, let me see what you're saying. You a better person than me, babe. Exactly. Cause I was ready to punch. I'm not going to lie, guys. I'm not a violent person. But one thing, once you heal from narcissistic abuse, your self-love and respect for yourself goes skyrocket. So, 5-10 years ago, if something like this happened, it would have went over my head. But because I'm healed and I peep shit, I'm like, I'm ready to punch her in her face for disrespecting me. You get what I'm trying to say? Disrespecting my mother's memory, disrespecting me. Okay, go back to the story because I can go all over the place. So now we're on yes, New Year's Eve. So when we're at the New Year's Eve gathering, hey Sebastian, when we at the New Year's Eve gathering, a 10-day background checks on these people. Exactly, right? When we're at the New Year's Eve gathering, all she's talking about is negativity. No one wants to go into 2021 with that. She's talking about her ex-husband in front of her children. She's talking about her man who just cheated on her. Like, nobody wants to hear that. Smoke your little weed, your little hookah, and drink, and just, like, let's enjoy. I literally moved my seat away from her. I was sitting at a table by myself because I didn't want that energy around me. So her cousins are just looking at her like, oh, okay, cool, yeah, all right. The kids and stuff, they're playing, teenagers and stuff, everybody is playing. Everyone's trying to enjoy, trying to celebrate going into the new year, but like the narc, just want to sit there and get the attention. Because, drama, people love drama, and narcs love drama. Why? Because it gets them attention, and she loves it. I felt like she wasn't sad that she got cheated on. I feel like, oh, she had new information that now she can tell her friends and family that she can get that narcissistic supply from. Basically, she loved the drama pretty much. Because keep in mind, narcs are always keeping in communication with other lovers. She can always get a new lover. It's nothing to her. Anyway, after I said to her, I said, well, listen, tomorrow is Friday. Um, I need to get back to my hotel at least by 3 a.m. Of course. Oh, let's stay a little bit longer. Let's stay a little bit longer, because anything to irritate you, this is what the narc will do, right? Who's that? So, um, I get back to my hotel. I'm tipsy. I feel good, whatever. But I have to get up early and meet up with my friend. I don't know if you know who Honey the Goddess is. Look for her. Look up. If you're into tarot, if you're into spiritual readings, look her up on YouTube. Her name is Honey the Goddess. That's my girl. We met up in Houston, and she's a really good friend of mine. Sweetheart. So I was meeting up with Honey the Goddess the next day. So she knew this. Now, of course, a narc is going to be jealous because they want to treat you like shit, but they don't want you to enjoy yourself, right? Keep in mind, all this time, she's dipping and dodging me, being flaky, being disrespectful to me. As soon as Friday hits, she knows that I'm going to go hang out with Honey. She starts texting my phone at 9 o'clock in the morning, guys. Hey, what time are you coming back? What? I said, what are you talking about? I didn't even leave my hotel yet. It's 9 o'clock in the morning. I'm washing my behind. I'm getting ready. Oh, okay, I just want to know because you said that we're going to the spa today, and I want to know what time. Keep in mind, this is somebody who had me waiting around. This is someone who kept disrespecting my time, kept disrespecting my schedule. Did when they got with me wasn't paying me no mind. This is the selfishness of the narcissist, okay? If they see you happy, they see you with your shine and your joy and your light. Oh yeah, they're coming to stampede on it, okay? So because I wasn't paying her no mind, I had a schedule for that day. Now she wants to come and fuck up my schedule, right? Anyway, so I go out with Honey. I have a great day. Then she starts texting, hey, what time are you coming back? What time are you coming back? Then she calls me, guys. She calls me. And I'm like, why the hell is she calling me? Hey, I just want to know, what time are you coming back on this side of town? Because I invited two of my friends to the spa with us. What? Guys, this was the last straw. This was it. The next day was Saturday. I was leaving anyway. But this was it. Narcs will do this shit. They'll have plans with you. They'll invite random people who you do not know, okay, to make you feel uncomfortable. They'll invite people you even got beef with, okay? Mind you, I don't know her friends. I don't know these women. A spa day is supposed to be a day of rest. This ain't no bachelorette party. I don't know these women. So, you know what happened when we got to the spa? Oh, keep in mind. So, Honey rushes me back on the other side of town because I'm supposed to meet up with this narc at 5 o'clock. We're sitting in the parking lot. The narc doesn't pull up till 5:30. So the narc will rush you. It's inconvenience you, and then act like, oh, just I'm the queen, I'm the king, right? Lallygag on the schedule, lallygag on the time. I say, yo, she rushed me all the way back over here to the other side of town, and then was late 30 minutes. Okay. So at this point, guys, my temper is boiling. At this point, I wanna like bash her face in. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie for the disrespect. So we go to the spa. When she pulls up to my hotel, I noticed she wasn't driving her car. It was the other girl was driving. So in my head, I'm going, all right, this is gonna be some bullshit because I don't know this woman. I'm getting in her car. And that means that when I'm ready to leave, I can't leave because this is this woman's car. So I already knew that was going to happen. Guys, when we get into the spa, her and her friend, I don't know what happened to the second friend that was supposed to come. I didn't even ask. When we get into the spa, They booked their massage or whatever. I booked mine. And those two go off together, guys. And I never see them for the whole 3 hours I'm in the spa. Like, do you hear me? I planned a spa day with this bitch. She invites her friends. When we get in the spa, she goes off with her friend. And I never see her for the whole 3 hours. She didn't text me. She didn't call me. She didn't say, "Oh, hey girl, what part are you in the spa? Are you doing okay? Oh, do you want to link up? Do you want to go get something to drink? Because, they have food on the premises." Nothing, guys. All right. So the moral of the story is, oh yeah. Let me tell you something. The narc know what the fuck they doing. So I I ended up having to leave the spa. She's like, "Oh, I'm gonna have to order you an Uber because we're gonna stay in the spa till midnight." Who the fuck stays at the spa till midnight? Okay, whatever. So I leave. By the time I get back to my hotel, all the food places are closed because most places have a curfew of 10 p.m., right? So I get over there. Thank God I had some food from the day before that I was able to warm up in the microwave at the hotel, and that's how I ate dinner that night. So at this point, that was it. In my head, I said, "You know what? I'm done with this bitch." Please click like for me, guys, when you come in the chat. Why she invite random people, more attention to them? Exactly. They love to be the center of attention. But I'm also break down spiritually why she did that as well. Okay. So the next day I'm supposed to fly out at 5 o'clock. But I need to be to the airport by 3. So I said, "You know what, let's just do brunch, and then I want to go to Walmart, and then I'm taking to the airport." I didn't hear from her all morning. So there happened to be an outlet near my hotel. So I said, "You know what? I'm just going to go to the outlet by myself." That's what I did. I got up early, packed my bags, took an Uber to the outlet, did a little shopping, came back. By the time I checked out of my hotel, it was about almost 1 o'clock. She still not had called me. She still had not texted me. Then she calls me and she goes, "Hey, how you doing? Are you all right? I didn't hear from you." So at this point, I wanted to be like, "Bitch, what do you mean you didn't hear from me? You know I fucking fly out today." And this is the little games these narcs would play, okay? She knew everything that she had did. She knew what she did the night before. And she probably was like, "Okay, this might be Angie's last straw. So let me kind of tiptoe and see if, like, she's okay. Because I don't know this girl going to, like, try to hurt me, right?" So I said, "What are you talking about? Am I okay? Are you okay? You know that I am checking out of my hotel at 12. It's now almost 1 o'clock. You should have been here at 12. And you know I have to be to the airport by 3. And we haven't ate yet." "Okay, I'm on my way." She didn't get to my hotel till 1:30. So that meant she was in bed, probably didn't wash her ass yet, didn't get dressed. She had no intentions of being on time. And this is what narcs will do. They disrespect you. They disrespect your time. And I'm telling you, don't let nobody disrespect you. I don't care if they're a narc or not. Anyone that disrespects your time has no respect for you at all. Don't fuck with nobody who doesn't respect you, guys. I'm not telling you to go around slapping people, but don't let anyone disrespect you, right? She drove around talking about, "Oh, I can't find the restaurant, and I can't find this, and I can't find that." So you know what? I ended up having to get takeout before I got on my flight, and that was okay. And that's the last time she will see me. I'm gonna be real with you. I don't care if we've known each other since 1984. That is the last time she will see my ass. Okay. She lost her high supply pretty much. And a lot of times y'all hold on to narcs, you hold on to people because you feel like you've known them for so long. And we say, "Oh, they're just like that. That's just how that person is. No. Stop making excuses and leave these shitty people alone. Okay? Whether they're narcissists or not. To me, I wouldn't say I had a bad trip. I didn't allow the narcissist to ruin my trip. You know what I'm saying? But the thing about it is, every time I take a trip, I learn a lesson. And on this trip, I learned a lesson. And the lesson is like, stick to your tribe, you know. And I had this conversation with my friend Honey, the goddess, and stick to your tribe. And you need to be surrounded by people who are like you, okay? And spiritually, not only did she, the reason why she invited the other girl, it is not just because narcs like that attention. They have to be energetically around people who are like them. And another thing that stood out to me that really sealed the deal to let me realize like this woman is a narcissist, she did something very weird, guys. Okay, I'm gonna get out of here soon, but she did something very strange that stood out to me. So she has a teenage daughter who is 14 years old. And I was like, oh, how's your daughter? Because at this time, I had not seen her. She has 3 children. I had not seen her kids yet because I was staying at my hotel, right? So she took out a photo of her daughter, and she was just like, yeah, my daughter is so pretty. She looks just like me. See, look. She looks just like me. She's my twin. She's my light-skinned twin. And she was just like, my daughter's so fine. She got big titties. She has a big butt. And I'm looking at her like, and like in my head, I was like, narc, narc, narc. That's the weird shit narcissistic mothers do. They sexualize their daughters or their sons. They sexualize their children. I've never in my life, I'm 37 years old, I've never in my life heard a mother say, and they weren't narcissistic, say, talking about my son is so fine. He got a nice body, or my daughter is so fine. She said her daughter got a nice ass and her daughter got nice titties, and oh, I never had no body like that when I was young. And she literally went in her cell phone and zoomed in, guys. She zoomed in. They sure do treat my not grandmother treated my father like that was her husband. She zoomed in on her 14-year-old daughter's butt and showed it to me. I wanted to throw up, guys. I wanted to throw up. Then there was another 16-year-old girl that was in the house on New Year's Eve, and she was kind of walking around with inappropriate clothing. She had on like some little shorts and a little like sports bra. I don't know why her parents let her walk around like that when there was teenage boys in the house, but she did. And she went up to the girl and was like, "Oh, girl, I didn't know you had a body like that." So it's very disgusting. Very narcs have this spirit of perversion. Okay, and you should have seen the 16-year-old girl's face. She just cringed. And I'm glad she ran and put some sweatpants on, because there was a freaking pedophile in the house, okay? A freaking perverted spirit in the house, and it was in that damn narcissistic god sister of mine, okay? And it's just disgusting. You know, I have a niece who's 15 and she's gorgeous, you know, beautiful girl. She looks like Pocahontas to me, okay? Very beautiful. She's mixed or whatever. Her mom is Puerto Rican. Very pretty girl. I don't sexualize my niece because she's a pretty girl. You know, I say how smart she is, okay? That's healthy. You say how smart the girl is or how kind she is. I don't say, oh yeah, my niece got a banging body and long hair down her back. You know, stop sexualizing your children even if you're not a narcissist. It's disgusting. And that was just a red flag and the last straw for me when I heard her sexualizing her daughter. You know, and that's the narcissistic mom. They compare themselves to their daughter. And if their daughter's prettier than them, trust and believe they're going to have some issues. Okay, yes, her daughter is prettier than her. Yes, her daughter does have a better body than her. And they're going to clash and they're going to have some issues with that because the narc mother is jealous of their daughter. Okay? Um, but yeah, that's my story. And I'm like, whoa. It's sad that I have to cut somebody off that I've known for basically my whole life. But you know what? It just shows that I'm progressing as a person And I'm glad that I was able to see that shit. It is sick. My dad used to comment on my body in front of his friends. That's horrible. Exactly. They call toddlers sexy as, yeah. It's disgusting. It's so disgusting. And anyone that does that, I don't want to be around them, narc or not. That's a red flag. That's a huge red flag. That is just disgusting. That is disgusting, and it makes me think about also, when my narc grandmother would bust in the bathroom on me, or I even remember her mother, the narc god sister. I remember when being younger, and her mom would do shit like that, bust in the bathroom and just stand there looking at me, and it's like didn't say nothing, just staring at my body. So you gotta be very careful and pick up on these things, and that's something that really, really stood out to me. That made me go like, all right, this is it. I don't need to hear anymore, see anymore. This bitch is a narc. This bitch is a narc, and her mask is completely off, and I'm done. That's it. I'm not giving her any, warning or anything. I'm just gonna block her. I'm just gonna go no contact. I did the same thing to her mother. She's a Leo as well, so she will know. Once a Leo goes blocks you and we're done with you, then you know the deal. It's a wrap, okay? It's a wrap. So, uh, just stick to your tribe, guys. Be around people who are like you, who have your kind of spirit, who have your goals, who are positive, who are gonna be, um, what is the word? Who are gonna be, a uh, uh, an important piece in your healing process. There you go. I'm all tongue tied right now. An important piece in your healing process. But yeah, spiritually, when she had that other person around, they need to feed off. And another thing that she kept doing was she kept trying to pretend she was like me. Yeah, I'm a spiritual person, so I like, sage, Palo Santo, crystals, and she was trying to pretend she was into that. Like trying to be impressive in front of her friend. And it was just like, you don't know about this life. You don't know about the spiritual life. You don't know anything about crystals, meditation, and none of that. So she was basically trying to literally take my personality and be like me to impress her friend, and it was just creepy. It was so creepy. So that's what creeped me out, her trying to be like me, trying to copy me, and then her sexualizing her daughter. I was like, yeah, that's enough for me. She's done. She's gonna be in a trash can. Okay, guys, I tried to get that story out as fast as I can because I gotta go. Sorry I rushed through it, but you can always, play back at it. Like I said before, if you are serious about your healing and you need someone to talk to, you can't afford therapy. I am more affordable, $15 for 30 minutes, $30 for 1 hour. I'm going to put the information in the description bar and in the comment section. If you want to donate to me, it's $ the light 777 on Cash App. All right, guys. So I'm gonna get out of here. What did you say? He would enrage when he felt like I was trying to cover up, and that's disgusting. That's so sad that you had to go through that. Your father sexualizing you. It's disgusting what these narcs do to their children, and I'm sorry if any of you in the chat had to experience that. Because it is just disturbing. It really messes you up, and it actually makes you insecure about your body, and it makes you insecure sexually as well. you know um I didn't have that done in the home with me, but I did have it done by other narc family members, and it made me not like it made me less comfortable about my sexuality. So it took me time to outgrow those things, because it built shame in you pretty much, when you really should be embracing it. They will get their punishment from God. They sure will. They really, really well. They really, really will. They will. And the thing about it is, she's not a happy person. Don't think these narcs are happy. This bitch is miserable. Okay. A man is cheating on her. A man is cheating on her. She got issues at work. Her car was doing some weird jerking thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, all these little different things. Her face is all broken out, looking crazy. So, don't think like from the outside these narcs look like they're having these amazing lives. It's not true, guys. It's not true. They are miserable. They just cover it up very well, and you're not around them 24/7 to see that. And they like to be sometimes, I guess you say, people who are, they have uh the people are beneath them, or the person is, how can I say, I don't want to say beneath them, but they want to be around people who will make them look better. You get it? So when I met her friend, I was looking at her friend like, so this is the type of chick you want to be around. You don't want to be around me, because when you're around me, when the narcs are around a lot of us, their insecurities come up to the surface. Hey, Black Cobra, I'm about to get out of here. You missed it. You got to play it back. So the more she was around me, the more she felt insecure. You gotta understand, when you're around these narcs, this is why they try to break you down, okay? They try to break you down to make you feel some kind of way. So it's okay. You'll just have to play it back. They'll try to break you down because you came with the light. You know what I'm saying? Don't ever dull your light for anybody. So, oh, thank you so much. Love you back. So don't ever dull your light to be around anyone. When you're around people, you should feel like you're you're elevating when you're around these individuals, okay? Not that you have to dull your light to get along with people. 6 months strong. Awesome. Keep going. You got 6 more months to go for a year. I'm just kidding with you. All right, guys. I'm gonna get off because I have some shopping to do, and I hope everyone so far. I know it's crazy right now in America. Like, don't even like feed into like what's going on in the world right now. Stay focused, stay positive. You're still alive. You're not locked up somewhere, so that means you still have a chance, okay? So stay knock free. Don't let anybody disrespect you, and stick to your tribe, okay? Stick to your tribe. She was triangulating you with her friend. Yeah, but you know what? Her friend was unattractive, wasn't intelligent, was asking me dumbass questions about spirituality, and it was just like, I don't really care about your friend, because your friend not even on my friend's level. You're not on my level. So the triangulating didn't work. It didn't work because a friend was busted, uneducated. It just didn't it didn't work. It was annoying, basically. But I still enjoyed my massage in the spa, and I still had a good time, regardless of what I experienced there. I took the good from my trip, basically. So even when you're in these situations with these narcs, don't worry about it. Take the good from the experience, and thank God, or thank the universe for warning you basically about the person, and so that way you have the what can I say, that you have the wisdom now to see through this bullshit. Because before you couldn't. Before I couldn't. Before I probably would have been like, what did I do? And why did she treat me like that? And no, I really was like, if this bitch do one more thing, I'm going to swing on her. Okay, I wanted to swing on her. All right, but it's okay. It will never happen again. It will never happen again, because she will never have the pleasure of being in my essence, the pleasure of being around me ever again in life. And guess what? I'm healed, I'm happy, and she's not. She's fucking miserable. She's miserable. All right, guys, I'm out. Take care. Have a wonderful day. And I'll try to put more content out, and stay safe out there, because it's crazy out here in America.